Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, The Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is. Welcome.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, beautiful people. Come on, get your groove on. Latasha, all the way from the ATL, says, good morning, family. Miss Brenda Davis, y'all get y'all groove on as I call you in or as you come in, and I acknowledge you're coming. Miss Brenda says, great everything, great people. Happy Sunday. Let's take a minute to just get it in or get it out, whatever your need is this morning. Tyson says, good morning. Good morning, Tyson. Tyson, you need to get on here and bring me in with the drums. How about that? Tyson gonna get me on Good Morning America, y'all. Tyson is bad on the drums. Y'all need a little drummer boy? Book him. We should have some empowering programs or something for kids that empower their mindset to talk about feelings and emotion. All right, let's jump on out of the groove and get the party started. All right, who else do we have in? Auntie Richetta from ATL says, good morning, Butterfly and Nephew. Nephew will be back next week is the plan. I got to spend some time with him yesterday, a little bit of time. It was good. So everybody is doing well. I hope this Sunday morning. It's funny because I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock this morning and I don't feel tired. So it's strange how, I don't know. It's just strange how sometimes you can go early and still wake up, tired. But I guess it's how you sleep. It's not about going. It's about how you do it when you go. That's a message. That could be about a lot of things, right? Not about you getting in the bed, it's about how you sleep, how you rest. It's not about living, but it's how you live, right? Do you have life in you, right? So I'm going to do this, but I will say this, you guys. I'm going to try to lay back down and go to sleep a little bit today. Just because I know, this body might be playing some tricks on me, right? So I'm going to try to get about an hour or two more in and then get up and roll with the day. Latasha, it is crab legs day for me. And grandbaby was asking for crab legs. So grandmama's got to get her some crab legs in today. So she'll have her some crab legs. So why are we here? What is the barbecue about? Why do we do this? Why have we been doing this? What's the reason for this season in our life? Day 242. Before I do that, we've already started. So let me take this starting soon off of here. All right, there we go, you guys. We're on day 242. Someone else has popped in. Let's see what we got here on the comments. Don't do it. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. She's saying don't do it. Don't get her to liking these crab legs like she does. Too late. So I'm going to have to, I must really love her because y'all, these crab legs, I don't know. I don't usually want to share them, but I'm going to do it. It's grandbaby. It is grandbaby. So let's get these. out here. All right. Between a rock and a hard place is today's topic. And we do this. We journal through the book of Dennis Kimbro, Daily Motivations for African American Success, every day. And this is why we're here. Part of the reason why we're here. Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, who is also the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes, but also when to say no, and when to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans, such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Edelman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches will last a lifetime. And Black Enterprise says that each affirmation in this valuable and thought-provoking book takes only a few minutes to read, but is worthy of more time for contemplation. And again, that is the thoughts about this book from Black Enterprise. So check my comments here. Sip on this coffee. Big Mike, there he is, says good morning, everyone. And cousin Monique says good morning, everyone, as well. So thank you guys for coming to the barbecue. I hope that you brought your plate with you to take some of this good food back home. So the topic is titled Day 242, Between a Rock and a Hard Place. Our quote, get my light working here so I can work on this book. I've benefited from many scholarships. A number of people paid a lot of dues for me to do what I do. I've benefited from many scholarships. A number of people paid a lot of dues for me to do what I do. I feel it's my responsibility to give back. All right? Our passage goes, a young boy was doing his best to lift a rock that was too large for someone his size. He huffed and puffed as he tried in vain to lift the huge stone. In spite of his efforts, the rock wouldn't budge. His father walked by and, after watching his son struggle, asked if he was having trouble. The boy answered, yes, I've tried everything and it won't move. The father replied, are you sure? You have used every resource at your disposal. The boy looked up, frustration filling his face, and blurted out, yes. Kindly, his father bent over and said softly, no, my son. No, my son. You haven't. You haven't asked for my help. Have you ever heard someone say, I don't need anybody. I'll go it alone. I'll go it alone. In my younger years, when I had more ambition than common sense, I vaguely recall saying those words. We can't go it alone. We need and must depend upon each other. A rich man, feeling that he was alone, said he would divide his fortune among his friends if only he knew who they were. Years passed, and the man died. His death occurred in the midst of a blizzard. His last request was that his funeral be held at 4 o'clock in the morning. But only one man and a poor old woman turned out to pay their last respects. When the rich man's will was read, they learned that his vast estate was to be equally divided among those who attended his funeral. A friend steps in when others step out. In life and death, we all need friends. Our affirmation for today: today I will take a few moments to begin new friendships. Today I will take a few moments to begin new friendships. Whew, okay. The best part of this, you guys, I don't, I believe, okay, let me start here. I do believe we do need people. And it's so easy to say, I don't need anybody. I don't want anybody. I thought about how we have a number of women saying now, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. Right. But actions, you know, show different. Their actions show different. Right. So imagine the disconnect, or I guess one of Brandon's word, cognitive dissonance. The mind playing tricks on us, and then it starts to filter out in your life. So it's easy for us to say, I'm gonna go at it by myself. I could do it by myself. I don't want this, I don't want that. And in most cases, I think we say things like that because we don't trust people like that. We have trust issues. I don't want a man because I don't trust a man, right? So get a man that is trustworthy, right? And friends, I say, come, man, a friend is hard to find. A friend, right? But I'll say this, you just like everything else, you can't love me if you don't love you. If you're not a friend to yourself, define what friend is to you. What kind of friend is the dopest friend, would be the dopest friend that you could have? You know, who is your friend? Who do you call friend? More importantly, what are the characteristics and qualities of that friend or friends? Because to me, I've been around the road with that a few times. And I'll be really honest with you. Some of the people that I thought were dope and down for me, right? Um, that's all I'll say. They were smoking the wrong dope and going down the wrong road, right? So, and you know, it is what it is, because we also have to understand that people are people, right? And what's in their cup, as I talked about yesterday, if you knock this over today, coffee is coming out because coffee is in there, right? But people are so broken, um, and then they're not revealing the brokenness. So then your friendship sometimes or oftentimes turns into this thing, a competition, right? Because how can you be my friend and you're doing this, or you're changing, you're growing, rather than saying, hey, let's do this together, right? Let's do this together. So if you're going to start a new friendship, make sure you got one with yourself. Then if you got one with yourself, make sure that the relationship flows over into building a relationship, a better relationship with God. Because truth be told, that should be our number one friend. Truth be told, should be our number one friend. Matter of fact, we should be going to God praying for our friends. How many times have you prayed for who you call friend? Coffee's good this morning. So also, let's go back to the little boy asking for help. Y'all, they're coming. Our babies are coming. And maybe they always were. I don't know. But see, having two grands now, they want to do everything by themselves. They don't want you to help them. Every now and then, you'll get the question, Grandma, I need help. But we've encouraged it. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay, especially when we're struggling in life. When we don't feel that we are that we feel we're just making it. You know, think about financially. Think about why we don't ask, you know? And then you have some people that'll ask and feel nothing about it, right? And it's always in the why, you guys. I guess I would say, why? If we don't have a friend, why? Do we want a friend? Maybe just one good friend. Are we capable of being the friend that we want to have? When we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place, what do we do? How do we feel? Do we look inward for the challenges that show up in our lives? Do we look inward, as the book says? Are we growing in character, right? Are we growing in that character, learning, becoming, understanding the being in becoming, right? So there's a lot of things to unpack out of here. And I guess I would say the biggest is to see yourself between that rock and a hard place. Sometimes in everything, in between the rock and the hard place. Because he is our rock, right? But oftentimes we choose the hard place to land on. We don't go up to the hills, right? We don't think about I was created with the chance of a lifetime. I am here and I never should have been. I'm here because our people survived slavery. So really we shouldn't be here. But get this, y'all, when it's all said and done, we were created for friendship. We were created for connectedness. So the very minute we push people away, right, we're pushing ourselves away. We're doing ourselves harm. Because one day you will get to a place, as the old man did, and said, I'd share all of this with all of my friends if I had some. Perhaps he did have some and wasn't willing to share because he had not mentally gotten to a stage in his life where he had nothing but that. And you have to be careful with things like that. And that's why we say sometimes we don't get, because God knows as soon as you get, you're gone. As soon as you get, you change, but not in the sense of gratitude. Now I can pour into the life of I can pour into someone's cup whose cup is empty. I can find out what they need, because truth be told, everybody is our friend. When you begin to love God, love yourself, love God, you love people, even the people you don't want to love. I'm saying again, even the people you don't want to love, you begin to find it difficult to not have grace and compassion for them. You find it difficult. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And that's from experience. Right now, experience. Right now. There's some people, man, I want to be gone. For real. But God won't let me. There was a time, but they say you make plans and God sits back and says, okay, you think, laugh. He laughs at them. I've lately started conversating with someone that I said I would never have anything else to do with, period. God laughed. Now, do I have the long handle spoon? Yeah. Does it interfere? Not right now. Not right now, it's not. Because I'm more about God's business than mine. Right? So let's let go. I know our affirmation today. I will take a few moments to begin new friendship. I think that new friendship should begin at home. Become a friend to yourself. Go out to eat alone. Right? Go do something outside of the box with yourself. Right? Take a ride for no reason. Turn the music off for a reason and become your best friend. And then seek out someone who needs a best friend. There's a lot of people out searching for someone to befriend, to become a friend, to go out to eat, to have someone to talk to. But in today's world, even your talking, right, better be, even the person you talk to should be thought about, because very few people, right, can keep your stuff, the stuff that you want to be kept. Very few people, right? And can they listen without judgment? Can you listen without judgment? That's another thing. God is teaching me to take my mouth off of people and their situations, because I don't know what He has to do in their life to get them to where He needs them to be and to go. And while we're all going to the same place, the way we get there is so different. So different. But I believe He allows us to take those detours that leads us back to people and things that we need and who we need. So a lot to unpack here, and I may have missed some things, but you guys, that's where the more time for contemplation comes in. But let's not be this rich man with all this money, right? Wanting and needing at this time in life. Let's live that kind of life. Be mindful for sure. Everybody, you just can't do everybody. You can be there for people, right? But you can't just do everything for everybody. So let's not be the young boy in not asking for help, right? If you need some help, ask. Ask God first. Ask God for discernment on who to ask. But if somebody who loves you is standing right there, have the conversation. So no wonder what the mindset of the young boy who, when his dad said, no, my son, you haven't. You haven't asked for my help. There's so much power in that. And when we see somebody on the sideline hurting, trying, do we go up and they don't have to ask? Because sometimes it's hard for people to ask when they feel like they should be in a different place, in a different space. But imagine, right? I remember, it's interesting, and we'll get out of here. I remember being out many, many, many years ago, probably in 30s, if that, my 30th birthday or something like that. And a friend was going to take me out to dinner for my birthday. And on the way, they had car issues. that was going to require some money. And I could clearly see that was disturbing them. It was, you just know when you really care about people, you just know, you guys, you know. And so we sat through the birthday dinner, and I heard God's voice, right? And there are times, y'all, I know when I said, there's times God has spoken to me and I didn't hear. Maybe I heard and I still did what I wanted to do. Like, no. I find a way to justify the situation or the hearing so that I could do what I wanted to do. But I ended up paying for my meal, her meal, and the person that she had bought with them who wasn't going to pay anyway. And then Brandon, right? And thinking back, I don't know if I could afford it at that time. But her car was more important than that. Why? Because her car was her livelihood, and meaning to get back and forth. Would she have asked? No. The situation would not have been, it was not that kind of thing. Imagine you taking someone out and now at the last minute you got to say, I can't. You could, really, truth be told, if we're friends, your friend would understand. But if we're friends and your friend understands, then your friend says, I got it. I'll take care of this. And that's the kind of friend and the kind of people. But you can't be that kind of friend, that kind of person, if you ain't got that kind of relationship with God. And I was nothing then where I am now. Like in the spiritual world. Nothing. I was in it. But boy, was I on the fence. Right? And I would get off on the left sometime and get off on the right. But I would always get back on the fence. I always had a choice to make. Am I going to do over here? Or am I going to do over there? Right? So let's be our best friend. Let's pursue us today. Today I will take a few moments to begin new friendship. Right? And let's not be the person who says, I don't need anybody. I'll go it alone. What is it? I thought that was interesting. I wanted to put I'll go at it alone. But that's not what Dennis Kimbro meant, because he says it again. In my younger years when I had more, I had more ambition and common sense, right? Than common sense. So I had more ambition than common sense. So the common sense to know that I can't do this world by myself. Number one, because you weren't created to. That whole love your neighbor, right? We got it so wrong. We think it's really talking about the person, in my opinion, person to the left or the right across the street from us, another household. But you got people in your household that lives in your household. Those are your neighbors. Those are your friends, right? Are the people in your household, are they friends of yours? If so, how do you treat them? Because truth be told, we often sometimes treat our friends better than our family. And then you'll say that, well, that's because our friends treat us better than our families. So when you get before God, make sure you have that ready to say to him, well, I treated my friends better because my friends treated me better. So what if God told us that? Or I treat Big Al Sal, good morning, better because Big Al Sal treats me better. So Monique, that's why I treat Big Al Sal better. Right? What if God told us that? But God has grace. He gives us grace and he has mercy for us. He chooses, right? But he loves us all. He loves us all. Right? And he forever if we come, he's there. Right? If we seek, we find. Knock, the door is answered. He's not caught up in what you were doing. He's caught up in, you're here. You're here. I've been waiting, right? You've come to your best friend ever, your creator, the one who knows the things that you want to know about yourself. So y'all, we can't be friends. And I believe we're always between a rock and a hard place. That's in a season. We're in a season, going through a season, coming out of one, getting ready to go into one. Do you choose the rock? Do you choose the hard place? Or do you just choose to exist in between them both, waiting on God, your friend, to direct you through, between the rock and the hard place? Right? That's all I have. Big Al, thank you for joining us. Hope you're going to have a great Sunday as well. You didn't get to groove in, I don't think so. Make sure you groove out. Be back tomorrow, same time, same place. So y'all join me, share the video, tell somebody about the In This Season podcast when you're out and about. Brandon and I did some talking yesterday, so we're going to be changing up a few things just in the way that we're bringing it to you so that we can be more, I guess, do it better. Do it better. Do it a little bit better for you. Still did not hear from anybody about the goals. So y'all, again, I don't want to waste my time. So if you want to do something about the goals and how we can birth them, I'm going to show y'all my vision board tomorrow. I'm not going to get up and get it today. I don't know. So if y'all want to do the goal show, let me know. Because when we did the catch up show, I was concerned, but Miss Brendan and Mike, they did come in. But I think you guys have to go back and look. I don't think many people showed up for that. And it's not about that, but y'all, you have to understand, like, we put a lot of time in this. So if you want to do the goal thing, I'm for it, because I think it'd be very beneficial. You have to tell me. And it could be two of us. It could be me and one more. I don't care. Right? Because where there's one, there's another one coming, because that one's going to take it back and share it with someone, and they're going to do it. So I don't get caught up in numbers, but I'm not going to be here and, you're not here, I guess. Nobody's here of a requested show. So if you want to do something on the goals, it's going to be the last time I bring that up. You have to let me know, and I'll definitely get it set up. We'll do a Zoom. We probably won't do a StreamYard. We'll do a Zoom, because that's a better fit, right? So y'all, let's get ready to feed these ducks. And y'all get on out of here and go enjoy your Sunday. Champion one of you? You your best friend? Are you someone else's best friend? And you have a best friend. What are the character qualities of that best friend? Do you trust your best friend? Does your best friend trust you? If you don't have one, why? All right. Y'all be great. We're going out.